guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing something a little different from my past videos. So I am going to be talking about my wedding planning, my engagement. I did get engaged not too long ago, so I am just going to talk about that today, some challenges I've had, what I do have done, and just some advice that I have thus far. In the description box down below, I do have like a table of contents, so if you want to hear about a certain something at a certain time, you can just look at what time I start talking about things and you can just scroll past to whatever it is that you want to hear. So we're just going to go ahead and get started. So just a little bit of background about my fiance. So my fiance's name is Kiefer. We've been dating for about 5 years now. It'll be 5 years in February. We met in college, we cheered together, and we met freshman year, and then the rest is history. We now have 2 dogs together. We've lived together for about 4 out of the 5 years we've been dating, so it's been a while. On to my engagement. So we got engaged on August 29th. We got engaged at Disneyland, my favorite place in the whole world. Just a little backstory on that. So Kiefer and I, for nationals in college, we would go to Disney World every year with our team, and every year we would take pictures in front of the castle, and it was just something that we've always done. We always loved doing it. We love going to Disney World together. We have some great memories with each other there, with our friends, so it's just all around just a great place for the both of us, just something that is really meaningful to the both of us. So I will include some pictures of our engagement at Disneyland. My engagement was amazing. It was everything that I could have hoped and dreamed for. I mean, it's at my favorite place. It was one of the happiest days of my life before even the engagement. I mean, it was an amazing trip thus far. We'd only been there for 2 days, I think, and it was already an amazing trip, and I was already having a great time, and the engagement just brought it up another level. I had no idea that we were going to get engaged. We had been talking about it. I mean, it's almost been 5 years, so of course getting married was a conversation that Kiefer and I have had, but I did not know that those 3 days, that was when it was going to happen, so I was extremely surprised. I'll just kind of walk through with you guys the day. So we got up, and the day before we bought our tickets. And the girl at the desk that we bought our tickets at was like, for $10 extra, you guys can add fast passes that you can get electronically, and you guys can get unlimited pictures, because you know how the photographers are throughout the park. And so Kiefer was like, well, we should get those, we should get that. And I was like, it's not really that big of a deal. Like, are we really going to take that many pictures? And, are we really going to need that many fast passes? Because it really wasn't that busy. But he was really adamant that we get the pictures, that we get the fast passes and whatnot, so I was like, okay, whatever, like for 10 extra bucks, it's not that big of a deal. So then comes the day that we actually go to Disneyland. So we go to Disneyland, where we first started at California Adventure. In California Adventure, I believe that's where the Paradise Pier is, I think. I'm pretty sure. I've only been to Disneyland once. We usually went to Disney World, so I'm sorry if I'm wrong. But we are at Paradise Pier, and I hate roller coasters. I don't ride them. They terrify me, and I will never get over my fear. And I was really scared already because I thought Kiefer was gonna like put some pressure on me to ride it because he didn't have anyone else to ride it with. So, but he was surprisingly nice about the whole thing. He was like, "It's okay, babe. Just walk through the line with me, and then, when it's our turn to go up, just walk out and wait for me." So he was being really nice, and I was a little suspicious, and also on the way to Paradise Pier, he was trying to get on the Disney app, trying to get our fast passes situated and our pictures situated, and he was making a really big fuss about it, and I was like, it is not a big deal, like, we can just take our own pictures with our phones, and he was like, no, we have to get this and that, and I was like, okay, like, whatever you want to do, you figure it out. So then we're done in California Adventure, we walk over to Disneyland, and then we took a picture in front of, when you walk in, there's like the train, and then there's the big, Mickey picture made out of the flowers and whatnot, so there was a photographer standing up there, so we took our picture in front of it, and it was so hot at this point. It was like noon, we were sweating, we were gross, but it was still really exciting. So then we walked into Disneyland, we got our pins, we got those first visit pins, and then all of a sudden I'm in the shade, I flip my hair down because I'm going to put my hair up in a ponytail, and then Kiefer's gone. Kiefer went into like a gift shop or something, but I just assumed that he was getting into some air conditioning, and I was like, well, that's stupid, like, why didn't I think of that? So I walked in and followed him, and whatever. So then we started walking down Main Street. We're walking towards the castle and, you know, everything's normal. Throughout the day, I kind of had an idea that I was gonna get engaged, but it was one of those thoughts where I was like, it's too good to be true, like, it would be amazing if it happened, but I wasn't really expecting much, but I was like, in the back of my mind, what if? So we start walking up towards the castle, and then he was like, hey, let's take a picture in front of the castle. Finally, we're waiting in line, we're up in our turn, and we take this stereotypical pictures. The photographer's like, okay, do this, hold your pin out, give her a kiss, blah, blah, blah. And then he was like, okay, thank you guys so much. And then Kiefer, like, I walk out and I said, thank you so much. And I go to grab my I'm about to grab my backpack, and Kiefer yells, wait, one more picture. And so I turn around really fast and he's down on one knee. It was all so overwhelming in those 5 seconds. I remember the ring. It was so beautiful. It was like sparkling in the sun. I was taken back by that. There's all these people watching me. Everyone's like clapping, and I froze just because I wasn't nervous or anything. I was just so taken back by the whole thing. And Kiefer's, you know, shaking and holding the ring, so he's nervous and I'm shocked. And finally I said yes, obviously. And he got up and everyone was clapping for us again and, you know, cheering for us, and it was all so just loving. Even though all these people were complete strangers, everyone was so sweet, and I was just so taken back by the ring that I was staring at it in the box, and everyone was like, put it on her, put it on her, and so I took off my promise ring, and Kiefer's putting it on me, and it was amazing. I couldn't stop smiling the rest of the day. I called my mom right away. You know, he told his parents right away, but they obviously knew. I texted all my friends and other loved ones, and once again, all the love was coming back, and it really was. I didn't stop smiling the rest of the day. I was in nothing but a good mood the rest of the day. It was perfect. I could not have imagined it any other way. He did such a good job. I will show you guys my ring, if you can see that. It's a little, I have to like let the camera focus. I don't know if you guys can see that very well, but it is a cushion cut. There are diamonds that go halfway down the band, and I actually really like that. He did such a good job. If I have any advice, ladies, boys and girls, whoever, if you are picking out a ring, if you want it a certain way, whatever it may be, make a Pinterest board. Kiefer told me that he walked into the jeweler and pulled up my Pinterest board, showed it to the lady went and was like, got it, I know exactly what she wants, and then after that they grabbed like the basics, and then Kiefer went and made it his own to something that he thought that I would like. So I've been engaged for, let's see, August, September, October, November. I've been engaged for about 4 months now, so you're probably wondering what it is exactly that I have done. I have our venue picked out, obviously. I have my wedding dress picked out. We have our bridesmaids and groomsmen picked out. We have what they're going to be wearing picked out. We have wedding bands picked out. We have a photographer booked. We have our engagement pictures done. And I have a color scheme, sort of. I have saved the dates done as well. I went onto a website called Basic Invites, and I just made what I want my save the dates to look like. Probably gonna order a little bit more than what I'm thinking, just in case, but I don't have them sent to me yet, but I do have it ready to go, so I can just type in the number that I want and then I can just have them shipped to me. Now let's talk about some challenges that I've had. So the biggest challenge that I can say for me and from other friends that have gotten married is picking a venue. It is so hard to find a venue, especially if you have a budget that's not very high like mine. Finding a venue is such a pain. When I was trying to find a venue, I had all of this like, I want this and that and I don't want this, and what I wanted did not exist. There was no such thing. So I was being really picky, and it took us like a month and a half to find a venue just because I was so up in my head. So if you are trying to find a venue that doesn't exist or is not in your budget, you have to get out of your mind and you have to make some compromises. Your wedding is going to be beautiful no matter what. You're getting married, the day is all about you and your fiance. It will be amazing regardless of where you get married. It's just whatever you make it, and I had to remind myself that. My friends had to remind me of that there are some things that I can get over. More of a challenge than finding a venue, more of a challenge in your budget is hearing everybody's opinions on your wedding or everybody's ideas on your wedding. Everyone just side note, everybody wants what's best for you. Everybody just wants to make sure that you're happy. So, you know, my family, like my future mother-in-law, my mom, my dad, my friends, they all just want what's best for me. But sometimes just all of their opinions and their ideas is slightly overwhelming. Especially since I'm already overwhelming myself with what I need to do or what I want or what I think I should do. And so that is definitely the biggest challenges so far. Remember that this day is about you and your fiance. It's about what you guys want in the end. So if your friends and family love you, which I'm sure they do, and they're gonna understand. They're just trying to be helpful, so just keep that in mind. I have had some days where I just get really super irritated because everyone's throwing these ideas at me and that's not what I want, but I have to remind myself that they're just trying to help and they love me and they want what's best for me and Kiefer. Another challenge that I have found so far is, and this might be just a personal thing, is feeling like there's a rush. You know, everyone tells me these horror stories that, oh, you need to get this and that booked because they're already booked and summer's a big time to get married and all this stuff. So I was so antsy on making sure I get everything done, and I'm in such a rush, and I was trying to find a venue as fast as I could and all this stuff. So now that Christmas has come, I actually got a lot of things done, like you guys heard. You're not rushed. Take your time depending on when you're getting married. Did I need to get all of this stuff done so early, like getting my bridesmaids dresses picked out or getting our wedding bands picked out? No, I probably didn't have to, but I'm glad I did because now I don't have to worry about it, you know, next year or a few months before the wedding. I already have all the big stuff done. For the final part of the video, this is just some advice that I have for anyone who just got engaged or has been engaged for a while now, I guess. Now, remember, I've only been engaged for about 4 months now, so I am no expert. But I feel like if you just got engaged or have been engaged for about the same amount of time, I think it's kind of nice because you can relate to somebody else. Get things done as soon as you can. I know that it might feel a little overwhelming at that very moment in time, but you guys, like, it is so nice because I got all of this stuff done before the holidays, so now I'm able to take a break, kind of think about other things, actually spend time with family, and I'm not, you know, in the back of my mind worrying, oh, well, what am I gonna wear? Or what about this or that? I mean, I don't have everything done, but I have a lot of things done, so now I feel like I can take a break, that I can, you know, decompress a little bit. Take a break. Don't kill yourself over this. I mean, yes, it's a wedding, it's a big deal, and you want it perfect, but, you know, you also don't want to drain yourself. Everyone's telling me that wedding planning is gonna take every minute up until the day that you get married, and I was like, I don't want to be miserable from planning a wedding. I think it's fun, but I need a break every now and then. I'll drive myself crazy if I don't, so please take a break. If it's for a day, a week, however long you need to take it. Mine is like 2 months right now because I'm gonna start wedding planning as soon as January comes around. Like, once the holidays are done and whatnot, I'm back to wedding planning. So for my people who cannot stay organized like me, my mom got me this, and this is also an app, so this is by The Knot. Like I said, it's an app. You can download it on your phone, your iPad, whatever. And The Knot has everything that you need. Like, it literally has a checklist, like, did you get this done? And then you plug in the wedding date, and then it tells you when you should get things done. Invest in this. It's amazing. Or download the app. It's free. And on the app as well, it kind of tells you, like, in your area, who are some photographers, where's a bridal salon, like, where's this and that. So it really does help out a lot. So I highly suggest downloading the app or investing in the book. Another thing that my mom got me is this, like, organizer right here. So I have all of my receipts from, like, my wedding dress in here. I have like date books of when the groomsmen should be going and picking up their suits or getting sized or whatever. I mean, everything, any paper related to the wedding, I keep it in here. just so everything's in one spot, so that way I know like how much money I spent on this and that, and then, you know, I can kind of just keep within my budget. That way I know I'm not overspending, like, oh, okay, I spent this amount on my shoes, okay, well then I can only spend this amount on my cake. Like, I don't know, just something along those lines. And my final piece of advice is stand your ground. Don't let your parents plan your wedding. Don't let your friends plan your wedding. If they don't like something, well, it's not about them. It's about you and your fiance. So if they don't like pink, well, that's tough because you and your fiance like the pink. Stand your ground. Know what you want. Don't be afraid to say no. It was really hard, like, going wedding dress shopping. My family pictured me in something completely different, but I knew that I wanted this version of the dress. And everyone thought, oh, well, you should look sexy, or you should look like a princess, or you should look like this and that. And I didn't want to. I wanted to look romantic. I wanted to look classy and, you know, old school. And so I told them no. Did I try everything on? Yes, because who knows? I might like a dress that maybe I didn't think I would like. So you have to have an open mind, but at the same time, stand your ground, stay true to you and your fiance. It's what you guys want. I don't know, I have to keep a hand on me. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Anyone who just got engaged or has been engaged or whatever the case may be, I hope that this helped you. You know, just some little tips that I've learned along the way. I still have a lot of planning to do. I have a lot to learn still. So my plan for these videos is just making one each month to let you guys know what's going on, what I have done, maybe some other challenges that I've had. So look forward to another video coming up within the next month about some things that I have planned. If you guys have any questions for me, anything that you want me to hit on the next video that I make of this wedding series, go ahead and comment below. Like this video if it did help you. Please subscribe to my channel, help my little channel grow, and we'll see you guys next time.